Hello everyone, welcome back to another G1 micromaster review. After the excitement of getting my unboxing from Action Jackman, I have to say another at the start of this, another thank you to Luke for the parts he sent and the figures as well. That was really nice of him. But now getting back to the reviews that I was doing and trying to calm myself down after the excitement. This is the 1990 I should say, Monster Truck Patrol from the Autobots. Again, I'll do the usual thing of pointing them out to you. You've got Big Hauler, who's the green one, Heavy Tread, who's the orange one, Hydraulic, which is just a bit of a weird one, the blue one, and Slowpoke, which is the yellow one. Weird names. Anyway, pretty standard kind of sort of things with the micromasters. I'll give you a little look around the vehicle modes. As you can see, they're all modelled along obviously monster truck kind of vehicles. Not the greatest alt modes. I mean, they're quite fun. But they could have done with a little bit more, sort of like, you know, like with the Hot Rod Patrol where they have the flames. These could have done with just that little bit more detailing in paints or applications, I think. It would have been nice if the smokestacks had been sort of picked out, or the grills or something like that. But, you know, again, this is 1990, Hasbro released, so again, you know, you got what you got, and you was lucky to get that. It's transforming. Again, simple micromaster transformation, as they pretty much all are. Flip the back over and round to form his feet, and effectively just stand him up, because that's all there is to him. He's got great big clown toes, so a little bit weird in that way, but quite nice and stable. Detailing's not bad, a little bit of moulding applications on him, and obviously they picked out the colours in his waist and face detailing. Moving on to Heavy Tread. Now, he's a little bit weird. He's one of these typical sort of like racing monster truck sort of vehicles that you used to get in the arenas, where they used to pull like those sleds along in the mud. Quite an unusual alt mode. Kind of reminds me weirdly of Drag Strip out of the Stunticons because of the double front wheels, but obviously not quite along the same lines. It's not a Formula 1 car. Transformation again, standard stuff. Flip the back over to form the feet, and then turn him up, flip the front of the car truck thing down, form his chest, and that just sort of sits there. And then of course you can turn, again, much the same, you know, much the same sort of style as Drag Strip in his arms, but you can move his arms around. Not the greatest looking bot, he's a bit kibbly, and his chest, you know, would have been better if that had gone down a bit flatter, because you can, well, effectively he can't look over his own chest, which is slightly bizarre. He's got to sort of like stoop if he wants to look at anything, because that's straight front on, and there's nowhere else it can go, so I don't think I'm doing anything wrong there in the transformation. No, so unfortunately that's as good as he gets. So weird alt mode, weird robot mode. Moving on to, which one is it? Hydraulic. Now it's a weird name anyway, because surely if somebody was calling out, oh, I need some hydraulic stuff, and he'd keep thinking it's his name really, wouldn't he? Not a bad monster truck mode. No, pretty standard, sort of like a pickup truck with a covered back. Monster truck wheels, okay, fair enough. Again, would have been nice if they'd have picked out a little bit more of the detailing on him, rather than just painting the windows. Because they are quite plain, this sort of set in their vehicle modes compared to some of the others. Anyway, back to transformations on them. Do the same as the rest, flip the feet round, and then just stand him up, and that's it. bad robot mode. He's the better one probably out of this set. Quite a nice little face detail. Again, they picked out with white paint in this one. And on his waist, not the greatest of detailing on the chest, and that it was a little bit plainer. This was the second wave. The earlier micromasters I've shown you were from the 89. So whether they just tried to cut down a little bit on the work going into these, maybe. But then this is the same year as the Hot Rod Patrol, so kind of doesn't figure in some respects. But anyway, that's him. And now moving on to the last one, which is the funniest name out of all of them, I think, is Slowpoke. Again, he's a monster truck, but a little bit sort of like tow truck. His crane part does sort of move. There's not a lot you could do with that. Transformation, pretty simple, but he flips from the front this time for his feet. I'm going to fold that around like so. And that's it. Not much to that transformation. You can bring the arms out if you want to. But not a bad mode. Again, he's probably one of the... Him and Hydraulic are probably the best two out of this set for their robot modes. Not too bad. I mean, you can see there's a foot sort of shape going on at the bottom there. Not hugely kibbly other than the great big wheels, but then it is a monster truck patrol, so you've got to kind of expect that. But yeah, not too bad. At least where the deep hole on his chest, where the screw is, at least it's sort of like so far in there that it does kind of hide the fact that there is a screw in there. So you could almost think, is that some kind of chest cannon hole or something like that. But yeah, not a bad little spot. And if I bring him in, not a bad little head sculpt. Not quite the same detail as some of them in the face, but the head's quite a nice shape. Anyway, that is the G1 Monster Truck Patrol from the Micromaster line. Hope you enjoyed that little review, and I shall see you again for yet another Micromaster review. Hopefully there ain't too many more to do, and once I've got through all these, obviously I'll get back onto some bigger G1s, but I'll try and do all these all in one hit, as they all came out the same box where I had it in storage, and it'd be good just to get them all knocked off. Anyway, bear with me, and I shall see you again for another review. Thanks for watching.